What's up guys, welcome back to another video. What we are doing today is something different than a game. We're doing a Valorant tier list. And you may think you haven't played Valorant on your channel. Well, I'm gonna play it sometime if I have time. But if you didn't watch my last tier list, this is how it's gonna go. If I put Sage in like the top of C tier, I think that she's the best C tier. If I put her in the bottom of C tier, I think she's the worst C tier. So that's how it's gonna go. Let's get right on into the tier list. Alright, we're starting with Breach. Breach is really good because he has a lot of CC, but he's really hard to play, so I think Breach is gonna be B tier. Brimstone his smokes are good, his molly is good. And I think his stim beacon is also good, so I'm gonna put him above Breach. Cypher. Cypher is, if you're a good Cypher, then you can carry around. But Cypher's only good on defense. On offense, yeah, he has the cam, which he can scout information if they're on the site, but it hurts me to say it, because I main Cypher myself. But I think top of C tier. Jet. Jet got nerfed last, but they buffed her in another way, so I don't think the nerfs were really impactful. So Jet's S tier. Omen. I think Omen, he's really good because his smokes recharge, and you don't need to be a good Omen to figure out how to use your blind, with value. And his TP is it's decent. You can make a lot of big brain plays, so I think Omen A tier. Phoenix. He's not very good. His flashes, although his flashes are good, but his molly is not the best. His wall is just outclassed by Sage's wall and Neon's wall, so I think either top of D or bottom of A. And remember, this is my personal opinion, so I think low C. Raze. I think Raze is really good because you don't really need to be a good Raze to understand her, because her boombot is just free information. Her nade is really good to throw in corners and see if they are there. So I think Raze is mid A tier, under Omen. Sova. I think Sova he's good, but he's outclassed by Fade, because Fade just has more, in my opinion. So I think Sova, he's better than Raze, but under Omen. Okay, Sage. I think Sage is pretty good because her wall is pretty decent, her slow is good, although it's not the best, and her heal is good. So I think Sage, thinking about a B, above Breach. Viper. Viper is really good, but she's really hard. So, and I'm not basing this on how hard the agent is, but I think her ultimate is really good for side denial, or just side control. Her wall, the only thing is her wall. If she just throws her wall and they're not on that side, you're not getting that wall back. Same for, I think not for the orb, but the orb you need to pick up, so I think she's an A tier, below Sova. Reyna. I think Reyna is not really good. I mean, her flashes, yeah, can be good in certain situations, but they can just be shot out of the air. And she doesn't really, and aside her flashes, which are mediocre, she doesn't have anything to help her get a kill. Her abilities really rely on getting kills and getting refreshes and getting value out of that kill, but if you don't get a kill, Reyna is pretty useless. So I think above Phoenix, under Cypher. Because Cypher just, Reyna's good for attack, but she can't really do anything good on defense. Like Killjoy. Killjoy, I don't know Killjoy too well, so I think Killjoy is pretty decent. The only thing that's not so good is that if you use your if you set it up on one side and you walk to the other side, it just doesn't work. So I think with all of her skills except for the molly. I don't know if you can pick up the molly. So I think she is top of nah. I think she's above Breach. Sky. I think Sky is really good to just get information. Her flashes. If you flash someone, she literally tells you iets van. Her flashes is like, if you flash someone, I think it does a sound cue like flash somebody, but I don't know. Her wolf is good for information. She has a her C is like that she can heal her whole team, and her ult is pretty good for tracking the enemies. So I think she is mid A. Yoru. If you're a good Yoru, if you're a good Yoru, you're just really good. So, but I think it's not the easiest to get good with Yoru, but I mean his flashes are pretty good. His TP, you can make some big brain TP, but if you don't know how to use him, you can't really get value out of the TP. And I'm basing this on the average player, like not on immortals and shit. So I think he is, and his fakes can also be good also in lower, because in lower lower elos they don't really can see the difference between fakes and reals. And you can also like pretend you're the fake. So I think he is, I think right here. I think here's a good spot. Astra got nerfed into the ground, man. And I'm basing this on the mid-tier players. But I think Astra, she's like, she can't really, like now she more plays like a sentinel, but I don't think she's too great. I'm gonna put her in D tier. I'm not a fan of her. KO is really good, because even if you throw it in a trash area, like you still can get value. Even it doesn't matter how bad you use your abilities, you can get value out of him. His ult is just like, now you can't use your abilities and it's basically CS. It's just really good, and I think he is top of 8 here. Because his knife is just free information. His molly is good, but it's not the best because it can't go around walls. And his ultimate, he turns into a fucking Fortnite character because you can get revived. And even if you are downed, you can still send out the suppression waves. So that's why I put him in the top of 8. Chamber S tier, above Jet. Chamber's just really good. Literally, his Q is just a better sheriff and his ult is just a better op. So if you're not sleeping at your keyboard, you can get a free op every 4 rounds or so. 4 or 5 rounds. So I think that's really good. His tripwires is literally just, because if they break it, because if you get shot, you get detected. If you break it, you get detected. It says trap broken. So if you just put it in an area where you think you can get flanked, it's just free info. And also this Q and the ultimate are just a better version of the guns. I think the Q shoots faster, has a faster pullout time, it can scope. And the op, if you kill someone, you get a slowing field, so that's also pretty good. Alright, Neon is up next. Neon is, she's great for lower elo players, because her wall is just a great way to push aside. If you are good with her sprint, you can, it's just good for rotations. Her what is it called? Her Q is just good because you can put it where you think enemies might be, and if they are there, they're concussed or slowed and shit, so you can easily kill them. So I think Neon is, but her ult is like, it's like a free AK with no, what is it called, recoil, but it still needs it takes a long time to kill someone, so I think she is top of B. Fate is just really good. I think S tier, low S tier, because literally her C is just free info. You can put it on somewhere you think the enemies might be, free info. Her I don't really know Fate's kit too well, but everything in her kit is just free info. Her ult, you literally see where the opponents are, not through us, but on the minimap. So I think that's why Fate is really good, and that's why I put her on top of S, of low of S. So that is my Valorant agents tier list. If you want to see different tier lists, great, just comment. If you want to see any other things of me, great, just comment. Because I'm always open for suggestions. And if you want to like and subscribe, you don't need to, it's not necessary, but it would really help me out, and I would really appreciate it. So I think that was the end of the video. See y'all later, I guess.